everybody, it is Petra. Welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to day 5 of Vlogtober. So, as you guys can tell, I am going to do a get ready with me. I'm just going to add my makeup on. I already add my hair products to my hair and everything. So, I am going to spend the rest of the afternoon with my grandmother because I haven't seen her. I am going to go see my great-grandmother, which I haven't seen, and my great-grandmother, if you guys don't know already, she is 100 years old. She's been living on her own all the way up until she was 100 years old, and we put her into a nursing home, I think back in April, I believe, because she's the one who wanted to go to the nursing home. We didn't force her or anything, so she was the one who came to us saying, I want to go to the nursing home, so we put her into a nursing home. So, ever since coming back from Amsterdam, I haven't seen my great-grandmother just quite yet, so I know I'm going to see her. It is one of my priorities to see my great-grandmother before heading back to the States and then before heading back to France. So when I do come back from the States, I want to have one full day, basically, to pack everything. So I leave it on the 15th of September and I leave on the 15th of October, but I did not get back to Belgium until the 16th because I do fly out during the night, and then I leave to go back to France on the 18th of October. So does not really give me much time to, to get everything that I need before going back to France or anything, but to go see my great-grandmother, it is one of my priorities. I do find I do cherish the moments that I do get to see my great-grandmother, because it's not like I can get to see her every single day now like I used to, because I'm over in France and she's all over here in Belgium. So anywho, let me just get started. Don't come at me, because I already had this before the commercial came out. I know there's been issues with this commercial, but I am going to use the e.l.f. Paragon Primer. Okay, I'm not going to get into that because this channel is not about that or anything. It's about be happy and all that, and that's hence why the name of this channel, Love Smiling, and everything. So, let me just put my headband on so I can get rid of my hair on my face. But yes, so during this video, I am going to clap on, so be prepared for a very long, probably a very long video and everything, because if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I don't really do a lot of editing and everything. I just like to make my videos a bit wild, to make them a little bit more weird and everything. And most of the time I don't really stop the camera, retake everything and stuff. That's just not me. I'm not a big person of like the videography and stuff like that. Half the time I have no idea what I'm doing when I'm editing. Okay guys, so so be prepared of probably sitting here for like 15-20 minutes of me just bubbling on and putting my makeup on. So yeah, now I am going to use the L'Oréal Paris. It's an infallible foundation. It is up to 24 fresh wear. It also has sunscreen, which is brought up down to SPF 25. You always need sunscreen, especially if you're a girl like me who has very, very pale skin. And it only takes like 1 minute to get like a full-on red face. Okay, I'm being dramatic. But anywho, let's talk about first my experience in Amsterdam. So by now you guys should have seen my vlog when I went to Amsterdam, and that was my first ever solo trip that I went all by myself, like literally by myself. The other times that I went on the trips was either for school or with my mom. The only time that I really gone through somewhere by myself was either to go to friends, but that was because for work, or going back and forth back from New York to Belgium and everything, and that was more for seeing family. So going to Amsterdam was actually like a full-on first-time solo trip by myself and everything, and it was a great experience and everything. The only issue I had was I did have, which I did not see at all throughout TikTok, YouTube, or anything like that, was that there were a lot of creepy men. I'm not going to lie. And well, they really just came up to me, trying to talk to me, tried to hit on me. But it was those type of men that you can say no matter what. Like, you can say, no, I have a boyfriend. Like, you can use the whole excuse out of the books. I just got the vibe that whatever reason that you did not want to have a communication with them, they're not going to like it. They would not stop. So, in my case, because I was all by myself, I just pretended like I was deaf. And that seemed to work. And I just kept walking straight because I just pretended I was deaf. I couldn't hear them. Like, how am I supposed to know you were talking to me? I'm deaf over here. Learn sign language, kind of situation. So I kept on walking, pretend like I still saw the corner of my eye. They were still following me, like you're walking next to me and everything. But at some point they got a hint and they walk away, and I did not say a word to them. I just pretended that I was deaf and pretending that like I didn't know they were talking to me. So that was like kind of like the only big issue I had. And it did not happen that frequently. It happened more frequently on my first day when I was there and everything. And I really put my headphones in there and everything, just so I was aware of my surroundings and everything. And as soon as I did not have my headphones in, they left me alone. Like, I had no issues until I had my headphones in and everything. Now I'm going to use the NYX Can't Stop, We Won't Stop Contour Concealer. But yeah. But I did a lot of, like, if you guys were saw it, I'll talk a lot about it. I did a tour, I went to see Anne Frank's house where she hid from the Nazis for 2 years. I went to see the Holocaust Museum, and then I also did a walking tour of where they talk about the dark history of Amsterdam. So about the witch trials, what happened with the orphans, the executions with the prisoners, all that stuff. And then just also a little spice to it was they also talked about some places where people seen ghosts. And that's something that I did enjoy, because that was something that's something I always enjoy, talking about ghosts, the dark times, and like the 16th centuries and stuff like that. I've been always very interested in those kind of things. So for me, I definitely enjoyed that, getting to know a little more about Amsterdam and not necessarily just talking about the Holocaust. So yeah, I did see the Holocaust, because that was also the a main event that happened here, or like in Amsterdam also, and everything. But I feel like it's better to have a knowledge on the other histories that happened in Amsterdam, other than what happened during World War II and everything. So that was very, very interesting for me to learn about Amsterdam. And then I also did other activities you guys saw. I did like the Wonder experience. I did the Amaze. That was really fun. That was just really cool. It was really short and everything. That was really cool. I also saw the oldest garden that was in Amsterdam. That was supposed to be the oldest garden throughout Europe. And like I said in that video, because there are two parts of my vlog when I went to Amsterdam, I think the time that I went wasn't the best time to go, because it looked like they were getting, like the flowers and everything were getting ready for the fall season. They were like kind of weathering, like the plants were getting ready for the fall season and everything. So, but it was still very pretty, very nice to go and see. I just, in my personal belief, I think it would have been best for me to go see that garden later on the year during the fall season, or during the spring with the, like, because Amsterdam in the Netherlands, they very know of the flowers, the tulips, I believe they are called, and I'm sure they have those types of flowers during the spring, so I'm sure that it will be a lot much nicer to go see them when it's like actually the spring season and actually the fall season. So that was very, very cool to see. Now I'm going to see use the Shade Glam bronzer, blush, and highlighter if you see me doing these and everything. Next thing I want to talk about though is I just finished reading today Then She Was Gone by Lisa, what's her name again? I just finished reading Then She Was Gone by Lisa Joel. So the backstory of this book, it's about this young girl who basically got kidnapped, got impregnated, and then she died and everything. And the mother was very, very devastated. She met a guy. Turns out he's taking care of that kid and everything. I honestly don't know. I'm not a big fan of the book. I wasn't a big fan of how the writing was and everything, because I feel like the storyline of the perspective was all over the place. I feel like there was like a part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and part 5. I think each part should have been just like, okay, part 1, we're going to get the daughter's perspective. Then part 2, we're going to get the perspective of, of her kidnapper, and then stuff like that. And I just feel like the story was all over the place, and the story, you could have easily suspected what was going to happen at the end of the story and everything. So I was not a big of a fan, but I will say that it was a very easy read, but it was also very complicated to read. So just because there was just, you did not know, as soon as you read a chapter, after a while it got, like, it was the main point of the mother's, so the mother of the daughter who got kidnapped, it was mainly her perspective the majority of the time, but then would jump out of nowhere of the daughter's perspective or the kidnapper's perspective, then to the boyfriend's perspective. If you're not fully paying attention, it will get very, very confusing very easily, and I just did not like how it just randomly jumped to another person's perspective. So I ended up giving this book a 2 out of 5 star because of this, and I personally just did not like the writing of it. I felt like it was very confusing at the very beginning on what perspective I was reading and everything. So now so far I've read 8 books out of the 15 books that I want to read for this year. So I'm slowly getting back in track. So I just have to read 1 book in order to be back in track. And that's the most difficult part, that on which book I want to read. Do I want to read just a solo book or a series? Or do I want to read a new book that I haven't read yet, or go back to a book that I did read? Because I also got the Twilight series, which I haven't read in forever. And to be fair, I read all of the books except the last book. I did not read The Breaking Dawn. So that's why I want to go back reading the Twilight series. But I also have a series from Nora Roberts about a witch. I do not have the 3rd book, but I want to get back into reading and read the first 2 books, so therefore I can get the 3rd book and read it, and I actually remember, because it's been a while that I have not read those 2 books. It was back in like 2015, 2016 since I read those books. So when I say it's been a while that I have not read those books, it's been a while, because it's almost 10 years I have not read those books and everything. So I'm just getting very in complicated situation on what book do I want to read, because I honestly do not know. Now moving on, I'm going to use the Auréa Paris A Good Parfait, which is a powder foundation. But yes, anywho, I am, well, obviously when this video is uploaded, I'll be already in the States, but I'll be, like I said earlier, I'll be in the States on September 15th to October 15th. So, like, obviously, by the time you guys are watching this video, I'll be already in the States. Already celebrated my niece's first birthday. I hope by this time I will have met my best friend's daughter. Most likely, yeah, I will have a difficult time not to, but by this time I will have met her, which I'm so excited. To me, I got her all of the clothes and everything that my best friend needed, because she said she did not have a lot of clothes from 3 to 6 months. So that's what I mainly got for her and everything. Just so she has clothes, preparing herself into the season, into like the fall season, to the winter season. So I'm so excited to give that. And I just have a lot of stuff to get right. So I have a lot of clothes for my niece, for my best friend, for her daughter, and for her son. I just have a lot of stuff for my best friend. Like, I always get for her. The only thing I have to get for her is chocolate, because if I don't get chocolate, I know it's going to be the end of the world for me if I do not get her the Belgium chocolate and everything. But yeah. But I did get her waffles from, kind of like the, how do you say it? It's the little treat that the Dutch do with the waffles or whatever. It's special waffles. I got that for her because I know she never tasted them. I know in Belgium we do that, but I just got it from the Netherlands because it's from the Netherlands. It's based off the Netherlands. So they should be a little better than Belgium, in my opinion. And everything, so I got her that. I also got her stuff that, like, perfume and stuff that from Yves Rocher, because there is a perfume that she loves and everything. And it's usually sold during the summer and everything, so I just got it just in time for her, just to give it to her. Oh, I got her that. And what else did I get? Like, so like perfume, body wash. I'm gonna get her chocolate. I got the waffles. I also got her bracelets, kept like one way and now when I was in Spain. So, Spain. That was back in June when I went to Spain. And now I'm talking about going to Amsterdam and then going back to New York. God, where am I? Who am I? I can just, I can see my 12-year-old self look at me right now. It's like, how is this even possible? Like, I did not even imagine still being alive at this moment. And here I am still being alive. I'm living in France, and I'm living in one of the oldest mountains throughout Europe. I went to Spain. I went to Amsterdam. I'm doing all these things where I would never imagine asking my younger self to be doing so. So it's just crazy to think now, like, all the things I'm doing now. I'm just trying to do my eyeliner really quickly. But yeah, it's just crazy to me that I'm doing all these things. Yeah, there are moments that I have to remind myself, because I feel like, okay, I'm 28 years old, I'm almost 30 years old. I basically only had one real relationship in my entire life. I feel like I'm falling behind because I'm not with anybody. I'm not married. I'm not having any kids or anything like that. And in cases like that, I do have to stop myself. I'm like, no, take a step back and think of when you were 12 years old and you were planning not being alive today. And you seeing things that no one's seen in the town life. I can clearly say that I've seen Auschwitz. I've seen what Anna Frank had for 2 years. Majority of the people only saw one or two things out of their lives, or neither of them at all and everything. And I can clearly say I've seen both of them in my lifetime. And I've been doing these, like I've been to Belgium, to France, I've been to Spain, to the Netherlands, doing all these travelings that what a lot of people are not doing, and I'm just like so grateful. I do have to be like set myself back and to remember those moments and everything, because I do forget how grateful I am, how that I should be grateful of these things and everything. And sometimes, again, I am human. I have my moments. I get down where I do feel like I'm falling behind, where I do compare myself to other people, because if you guys are following me, you will know that I'm currently doing my weight loss journey, and I look back, I would look at other people. I'm now where I should be with my weight loss journey and everything. And I do have to like sometimes take a step back and like, no, you're doing this time you're doing the other way and everything. You're doing great, you're doing amazing. Look at what you're doing right now. Look where you're living. Majority of the people aren't able to come and see where you are in their lifetime. And okay, my camera stopped because I do not have a lot of film, but I am almost done, guys, I swear. I just have my lipstick on, and then I let you guys go. So I am going to use the Chanel Rouge Coco, which is $4.70. And I just like this lipstick, okay, guys? Okay, that would be it for today's video, because I do not have no more storage on my camera to keep recording, because it's been so forever now. But if you guys enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up, because it really helps out my channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I am doing Vlogtober every single day. Well, I'm going to try to do my best to do it every single day. Other than that, I do upload once a week. And don't forget to follow all of my social media, which will be down below in the description box, just to keep updated on what exactly I'm doing and where exactly I am at. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.